Hello, everyone. We are launching with Totem AI. Now, for a couple of minutes, I'll show you its initial capabilities. We will continue to work on expanding the functionality, but even now, it's a useful tool, especially if you are studying Totem. It reduces the effort needed to make your first working project by 10 times. That means you can skip studying and start developing a useful project right away. So, for this to work, you need to obtain a key on the licensing website. Register. Totem AI is available only for systems with an active paid Totem license. You release a key for it, insert it here, and then you need to click AI connection. You should see an OK response. If the key is not found, it will say that the key is not found here. If it's blocked, the key could be blocked for several reasons. The license has expired, the account has run out of funds, or you've set a daily usage limit and it has been exhausted. Here, it will indicate that the key is blocked. Accordingly, for different license servers, you can check the address of the AI server, which you should specify here to establish the connection. After setting up and checking the connection, we move on to some table. And for example, using a general chat, we ask the question we're interested in about the system. Later, there will be an option to add information from the documentation. You will be able to choose sections of the documentation you want to add to the context. Then we can ask follow-up questions here. The context limit is 200,000 characters. That's quite a lot. And the cost of a request will vary depending on the volume of context you provide. So if you pass more information from the documentation to improve the quality of the answer, for example, the request will be more expensive. Okay, that's one option. Next option, we can go, for example, into some codes. The AI block opens and hides here. We can ask, for example, to add a condition check, selecting the code here. And we want to add a condition check where H status is not equal to 1. If it is equal, then nothing. If not, then perform calculations. By specifying ask selected, we get the transfer of this selected code into the request block. If nothing is selected, we can also click ask selected, and then the entire code will be transferred to the request. Here we see the generated code. If status is not equal to 1, then calc, otherwise nothing, and we can return this code back from here. You can edit this code right here, and when you ask the next context-related question, it will receive the edited code. The codes here are not always correct. We are working on improving the quality of generation. And of course, when you ask questions, we see what forms of questions are being asked, and this helps us to improve this generation. Okay, let's save this. And the same, if we go inside the request, we can expand this code block here, and for example, ask to explain this code. This also works well. These are the initial capabilities. Soon there will be the option to additionally pass documentation first. The next part is access to variables from this code block, where we type text to variable fields. Then there's the transmission of information about the current table to the context, information about transmitting all, information about the entire system in context. What can it do now? AI does not know about totem errors. So if you ask, I got some error, try to explain it to me, it's unlikely to respond correctly. This is the next stage of this system. All this will be available a bit later. From this point, you can start using it. When you pay for a paid license, we initially credit a certain amount as a bonus, so you can try the chatbot. Later, it's charged separately. That's all for now. Bye-bye. Best of luck with your projects.